The distant stars glowed like silent witnesses as the transport vessel drifted through the dark sea of space. Inside that vessel stood a young alien princess named Lyra. She had trained for years to prepare for this moment, yet her heart felt heavier than the metal walls that surrounded her. Her mission was clear. Her people had decided that peace with humans was the only future worth choosing. And to seal that peace, she had been sent to marry a human soldier named Adam. She had never met him. But the fate of two civilizations rested on her ability to follow her mission with grace, courage, and calm resolve. Lyra had grown up hearing stories of humanity from travelers and diplomats. They spoke of humans as bold, unpredictable, stubborn, and fierce. They were the kind of species who would push through storms simply because they refused to be stopped. They built homes in deserts, trekked across frozen mountains, and carried hope in their hearts, even when logic told them to surrender. Those traits made them both inspiring and dangerous. For Lyra's people, who valued caution and unity above all else, humans were a puzzle they respected but never fully understood. Yet Lyra's mission required more than understanding. It required trust. She was the chosen daughter of her royal line, trained in politics, diplomacy, and science. But nothing had prepared her for the idea of marrying someone she had never met, especially someone from a species that had once fought fierce battles with her own people. Still, she knew her role. Her arrival would show the galaxy that peace between their species could thrive. The transport vessel soon approached a human orbital base. The sight of the huge metal structure made Lyra inhale sharply. She had seen images of human bases before, but being near one felt different. The base stretched like a giant ring, glowing with blue lights that flickered like stars trapped in metal. The vessel docked smoothly, and moments later the doors opened, revealing several human guards waiting to escort her inside. Lyra stepped forward, her posture straight, her expression calm. Her ceremonial clothing shimmered with pale silver patterns that represented unity. She carried no weapon. Her people wanted no misunderstanding. She came in peace. When she walked through the corridors of the base, she felt human eyes observing her. Some curious, some cautious, some simply fascinated. She could sense their emotions easily. Human expressions were very readable, and their energy felt warm compared to the cool and disciplined emotions of her own species. At the far end of the hall stood a tall man with calm brown eyes and a steady posture. Adam, the soldier she was meant to marry. He looked strong but not imposing, disciplined but not cold. His uniform was simple compared to her ceremonial attire, yet he carried himself with the quiet confidence of someone who had seen conflict but had never let it harden him into stone. Adam gave a slight bow, a respectful gesture humans used when greeting foreign diplomats. Lyra returned it in her own cultural style, placing one hand on her chest. Their languages were different, but gestures like these created a bridge between them. "I welcome you," Adam said in steady words. His voice had the firmness of a soldier, but also the softness of someone who understood the importance of this meeting. "We are honored by your presence," Lyra replied through her translator device. "I am grateful for your welcome. I hope our meeting marks the beginning of a peaceful path forward." They exchanged simple words as they walked together toward the main conference room. Their first conversation was polite and cautious, the way two leaders might speak before signing a treaty. Yet beneath the formal tone flowed something calmer, something that suggested neither of them wished to treat this meeting as a cold political duty. The conference room held human diplomats, officers, and a few scientists. Lyra's attendants joined her as well. Papers were signed, agreements affirmed, and speeches made. Adam stood beside Lyra the entire time. His solid presence eased the tension in the room. She could feel human confidence in him, as though he symbolized the strength and reliability they valued deeply. After the formal ceremony, Adam guided Lyra to a living space prepared for her. It was far simpler than the royal chambers she had known her homeworld, yet clean and peaceful. Soft lights glowed on the walls, and a wide window provided a view of space. "I hope this room suits you," Adam said. "We tried to match the environmental preferences listed by your scientists, but let me know if anything needs adjustment." Lyra observed the room. Though different from her own customs, it felt thoughtful. "It is suitable. Thank you for your effort." Adam nodded. For a moment silence filled the space between them, but it was not uncomfortable. It felt like a pause where both were trying to understand each other. "I know this situation is unusual," Adam said. "You have traveled far from home. I won't pretend this is an easy mission." Lyra looked at him with calm honesty. "It is a responsibility I accept. Peace requires sacrifices, and I am prepared for what comes." Adam held her gaze, and something warm flickered in his eyes. Respect, and something else she could not yet name. Over the next days, Lyra learned more about humans. She joined Adam in visiting the training bay where soldiers practiced simulations. Their speed, adaptability, and determination amazed her. Humans lacked wings, claws, or natural armor, yet they compensated with creativity and teamwork. They used technology not just as tools, but as extensions of themselves. They were a species who refused to surrender. In return, Adam learned about her. He discovered that her people valued harmony over conflict. They possessed advanced sensory perception and could hear emotional tones beneath spoken words. Their society was built on unity and cooperation. Adam admired how her people avoided dominance and instead sought shared progress. The more they spoke, the more they realized how much each had misunderstood the other species. Lyra had assumed humans acted recklessly, without considering consequences. Yet Adam showed her that humans accepted risk only because they valued protecting what they loved. Adam had assumed her people avoided conflict due to fear, but Lyra explained they simply believed violence closed doors that diplomacy could open. One evening they shared a quiet meal in the observation lounge. The stars glowed beyond the window, and the base lights reflected faintly off the glass. Lyra tasted human food with curiosity, while Adam asked questions about her people's traditions. "You learn fast," Adam said as she described one of her customs. "It is important to understand those who will walk with you in life," she replied. Adam hesitated slightly, not out of discomfort, but from careful thought. "Do you see me as someone who will walk with you in life, not only in duty?" Lyra studied him. She sensed no arrogance or pressure in his words, only sincerity. "This mission joins our futures, whether by choice or duty. But understanding can build trust. Trust can become something stronger." Adam looked at her with quiet emotion. "Then I hope I earn that trust, Lyra." They continued to meet each day. They trained together so they could learn each other's defensive styles. Lyra moved with graceful precision, while Adam fought with grounded strength. They toured the agricultural lab where humans grew plants from multiple worlds. They visited the library where Adam showed her stories written by humans across centuries. She was fascinated by how humans used imagination to drive progress. One day, as they walked along the observation deck, the alarms suddenly activated. A hostile ship approached the base. It belonged to a faction that rejected the peace treaty between their species. They wanted the alliance to fail and saw Lyra as a valuable target. Adam instantly shifted into soldier mode. "You must get to safety." "I will not hide while others risk themselves for my sake," Lyra said. Adam looked at her firmly. "This is my responsibility. Your safety is the center of this mission." Lyra stepped closer. Her voice remained calm. "And peace is the responsibility of both our species. I will help." Adam studied her expression, and realizing she would not retreat, he nodded. "Stay near me." Together they moved through the base as units prepared defenses. Adam guided her to the command center. Lyra used her advanced sensory ability to detect patterns in the enemy's movements, providing valuable predictions to the base officers. Adam coordinated soldiers across the station. Maintaining control through steady leadership, the enemy launched drones toward the base. Adam and Lyra rushed to the shield generator room, where engineers struggled to stabilize the shields. Adam fired at approaching drones, while Lyra recalibrated the device using knowledge from her world's technology. Their combined efforts restored the shields, blocking the incoming attack. When the enemy ship tried to breach the docking ring, Adam led a team to intercept. Lyra, refusing to remain behind, followed with her own guards. The battle in the corridor was fierce, but humans and Lyra's escort fought together with remarkable unity. The enemy fighters were forced to retreat and regroup. Finally, the enemy ship withdrew, realizing the base would not fall. The danger ended, and the base returned to calm. Adam turned to Lyra, breathing deeply. "You saved lives today." "You guided them with strength," Lyra replied. Their shared victory became a turning point. Officers from both species agreed that they functioned with remarkable synergy. News of their cooperation spread quickly, inspiring hope across multiple worlds. For the first time, people from both species began to believe that peace was not only possible, but strong. Days later, the time came to form